Hey guys, Moose here. We're back with another episode of Stonehearth in our Ascendancy playthrough, and we got some new stuff in store for you. I'm kind of going for a little bit of a new... Okay, that does it. Okay, whatever. I don't even care. I don't even know who that was, what happened to him. I'm just gonna pretend that never happened. Anyway, so yeah. New thing going for this episode. We'll get into that in a second. I would like... right now, with the way things have gone today, to basically make it just be like an hour of me bitching about my job and my coworkers, but I don't think that would be interesting to anyone, and it would also involve violating a non-disclosure agreement, so I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is talk about something that happened on this date in gaming, or perhaps in the future, history in general. So, there's a lot of things to talk about there, and yeah, you could argue it's a little bit gimmicky, but I think it's interesting, and it gives me a chance and a reason to kind of go back and revisit my history in gaming and think about the things that I played and did, little projects I did, little, you know, small games that I played that were fun, or larger games that I played that were fun. So, to start off with, in our first try of this new, I guess you could call it format, but I wouldn't, not really. Format's probably not the right word, but that's probably as close as we're going to get to a good description. We're going to start off, unfortunately, with something sad. And that is that today, on January 3rd, several years ago, actually forget how many years ago, probably should have looked that up. But on this day, a number of years ago, Free Radical Design, the developers of Haze and the Timesplitters series, were purchased by Crytek and renamed to Crytek UK. Since then, they have worked on the multiplayer for, I believe, Crysis 2 and 3, and one other thing that I don't remember. But the main thing... Okay, you're being annoying, go away. The main thing, and the reason why I want to talk about them, among the numerous other things that occurred on this date in the past, is that I played the crap out of Timesplitters 2 and Timesplitters Future Perfect. And that's those two games are probably some of my favorite console games ever. And I was, you know, a Nintendo kid. Never really had... I got a PlayStation 2 at one point, but I really never played much on it other than, like, it was Way of the Samurai 2, Devil May Cry series, and Ace Combat 4 and 0? Maybe it was 5. I think it was Ace Combat 5 was the other one I played. So I'm really looking forward to Ace Combat 7, but that's a story for another video. The really nice thing, well, one of several really nice things about Timesplitters is it was an arcadey shooter, and you can say, well, wait, Call of Duty's an arcadey shooter, why doesn't that get any credit? And I'll openly shit on Call of Duty all day. You could call this shallow and meaningless, but I really prefer... I guess Call of Duty is a different kind of arcadey, in my opinion. Let's start there. But I also prefer... Timesplitters didn't take itself seriously at all, and that was great. It was hilarious. If you're not familiar with the game, you'd go through basically time, you'd do time travel and go to different eras and fight whatever BS was going on in that era. So the game had... let's see, I think there was a zombie one in both of the ones I played. I'm fairly certain there was. And a lot of other things like that. There was one where it was like a World War I era, and there's like an island that was being attacked. And you're basically following some other time traveler who's... I think he created some kind of enemies. I'm a little fuzzy on the story, but you wind up going through all these different settings. There's a jungle one, there was... Okay, we have a problem. No, you'll be fine if you get rescued. Okay. Let's get in there. So there's zombie one, and like one version was a haunted house. I don't know if the haunted house had like a lab under it where they're experimenting on people. But there was definitely a lab, and there was definitely a haunted house, and that might have been the same one. Okay, you're getting fucked. Where's our military? Okay, you guys need to stick together. I really hate that the clerics will just kind of stop going where you told them to go because they want to heal some civilians. Which, like, I get it. That's cool that they're helping out the civilians, but at the same time, you need to stick together. Anyway, there was, I think there was one that was like a parody of GoldenEye. It's like a Russian one. Like, as in Russia. And the story in the first one was a little bit more serious, but in the second one it was just dumb. It was just really making fun of itself, kind of. Like, the main character had like a really shitty catchphrase that he was trying to force. Cortez is the main character, who's great. The music was also fantastic. And of course, how can you talk about much other than... I mean, the story was good and everything. Single player was great, and that's from an era of... there you go, we need to get you too. That was from an era of console... or not console shooters necessarily specifically, but shooters in general, where you may be expected to have a quality single player campaign, instead of just, you know, it's a nice perk if they happen to give it to you. We're having a lot of people go down. I'm really concerned by this. I think we're going to be okay, but this is not ideal by any stretch. Oh, fuck off. More? Alright. Well, people are being rescued, so that's a good sign. We're going to have to come deal with these goblins. Deal with them right away. So yeah, you know, there's a really good single-player element to the game, and there's extremely good multiplayer as well, so let's talk about the multiplayer. Fantastic party game. Easily my favorite. You could... there's... Mario Party's fine, but Mario Party is mostly just rage-inducing. It wasn't... it was fun because it was stupid, I guess. Or annoying is another way to put it. But, yeah, okay. We got everyone. They're all rescued. But, Time Splitters was like a really good game. You know, everyone favored the shotgun. The, pump-action shotgun with the bullets on the side. I think there were 2 pump actions. And we always fought over... not fought, but perhaps disagreed vigorously over which guns to use. But that shotgun was always like, yeah, you need to have that one. And you have other stuff as well. And then you also had level makers in it. That was a lot of fun. I made a lot of shitty levels that were basically just whatever BS symmetrical thing, and top and bottom level, and then I'd get 1 or 2 games in where no one else knew the layout and I was kicking ass, and then they'd figure it out, and I'd still do okay because I was pretty good at the game, but not as good. And it was a great deal of fun. So, trying to remember some more... oh, right. The other really fun thing. They had really funny... unique characters that you could pick, and it was like, you can kind of think back to GoldenEye if you played that, where you had like Oddjob and Jaws and stuff, and everyone hated anyone who played Oddjob because he was shorter and you had to aim down, and there were very similar situations with Time Splitters where you could play as a monkey, and monkeys were obviously quite a bit shorter. I think they may have had less health though too, but basically I didn't have a problem with it really because aiming was pretty easy in that one. In Time Splitters, I mean. So it didn't really bother me if people played the monkey, but it was still kind of considered a bitch move. Rightly so, I feel. So, I'd love to, you know what, I really need to, like, boot that up and play some with Karen. It'd be nice to kind of show her that and maybe get a couple friends to play with us, but who has time? Everyone's got work. It's always sad. I think, you know what, that might be one of the biggest appeals of doing this and doing videos on YouTube. It's not really about exposure or validation, people saying, hey, I love your video. Yeah, like, yeah, that's nice, but it doesn't, like, it's not really as validating as you might think. Not that I don't appreciate it. I appreciate it a great deal, but it's like, it doesn't do that much for my self-esteem, personally. The thing that really does it for me is that I don't have that feeling of like sitting down with my friends in high school and saying, yeah, let's play like 3 hours of Time Splitters 2 because it's amazing and we're gonna laugh and get pissed at each other and have a ton of fun. I don't get to have that anymore. I gotta wake up in the morning, go to work, and so does everyone else that I know. And it sucks. And I'm sure a lot of people are in that same boat where it's just, you know, shit sucks, but what are you gonna do? You gotta make money. And doing this kind of in my own way personally helps me kind of, I guess, recapture a little bit of that and go back to being able to have some of that fun. And, you know, with the single player stuff, not as much, obviously, because I'm not playing with anyone, but long term, that's kind of the draw. I think seeing someone, and this is maybe, I think collaboration videos are more entertaining and more enjoyable for a lot of people, and it's also easier to be entertaining because you got a couple people to lean on, and it's a lot funnier. But I think, and I hope you guys all feel the same way, because this is absolutely how I feel about this. Watching videos like that, seeing people have that kind of fun, it's like it's a callback to the days when that was something that I got with my friends. And it's sad that to not have it anymore, but it kind of shows me what I value, I guess, and what I want in my life. And I'd really love to be able to take a step back at some point and be wealthy enough to have that to some degree, or just lucky enough to do this as a job. I don't think playing games for money is the real benefit to being a YouTuber or streamer. That's not, I mean, that's nice, right? I'm not complaining about it, but that's not really it. The real thing is being able to do it with friends and having friends that you play these games with and enjoy with, and that's much more the meaningful part of it. And I don't know, I wish I was a kid. I mean, I don't, because I was a stupid fucking kid. I hated myself when I was a kid. Or I didn't hate myself, but looking back and looking at who I was, I hate that version of me, I guess. And probably a lot of people feel that way. It's kind of normal to be embarrassed by your old self. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I have to have a kid and then be that dad who, like, alright, I'll buy you the game, but you gotta play it with me. Like, you have to, I'm gonna force you to play it with me. That'll be what I do. I think I have the right to do that as the one spending the money, so fuck him. What is that? Okay, that's a corner. Oh, what's this? How the hell did that... See? Okay, that had to have, like, teleported up there. That's not my fault. I kind of want to get that, though, so I'm going to build a ladder. They'll do it. I'm sure they'll do it quickly enough. Their maze is coming along quite nicely. I am very happy with the progress they're making. I actually considered putting up the turrets briefly, but I don't think it's time yet. I want to do a couple more layers of this first. But yeah, I really miss that feeling. I think I probably speak for a lot of people saying that that's probably, for a lot of gamers, that's... Whether it was Halo, I know Halo's a really popular one, probably a lot of people have the feelings I'm describing primarily with Halo, and I understand that that's kind of the long-term draw for people. I'd totally feel the same way about Time Splitters if they kept releasing those, but unfortunately, like I said, the whole topic of this video is that Crytek bought them out, and now they don't make Time Splitters anymore. I wonder if they could go back and make Time Splitters. The problem is Crytek hasn't really made a goofy game like that before. I don't know how well it would work. It'd be nice if they did, but yeah, if they kept making them, I'd probably be the same way as a lot of Halo fanboys, except about Time Splitters. Come on, go away, dude. You're just gonna get wrecked. Alright, let's sell some gold. Getting low on gold, but like we don't really need it for anything, so I don't feel bad. But yeah, I think I could totally have those nostalgia goggles for at least a couple iterations of the game and say, yeah, you know what, this was a really important part of my, I guess you could say young adulthood growing up, and I'd really like to revisit that, and having a new version of the game would do that for me. But I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. As much as I'd love for it to happen, I just don't think it's in the cards. I like this a lot. I could have made it look nicer, but it's fine. Let's put some traps down. Let's put them a little deeper in, actually, because I don't want our guys to have to run all the way out to redo them. We'll put one like right there and right there. Is that good? How many offer though? One? There we go. 4 of them. I'm sure I can place more. We'll get them built in due time. It's moving along nicely though. Just easiest to start there because I want to line it up. Oop, I fucked up. I just want to line it up with the trap. There we are. Okay. This is effective so far. Run home. Really? Really? You guys are gonna fuck me in the butt? You're gonna come up behind me here? I don't even care. Go for it. Healers are way behind, so if I'm quick and I've already been not quick enough... Here they are. One down. Oh, he moved. Dodged my pointer. What a dick. But yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to chase down that feeling and play games with some people online that I could have a nice friendship with. And the problem is a lot of them are competitive games, and like for example with Overwatch, I've been playing Overwatch today. I can't get that feeling even if I play it with friends because I'm not playing against friends. I think it's really important that you're playing against friends as well. Otherwise it's just... It's like mildly less irritating. That's kind of it. It's still not super good for me personally. I want to play with friends and against friends. Or with friends against nobody. I don't really... I just don't think Overwatch does it for that for me. If you're good, I guess it works, but I'm not really good. So... That's, I don't know, it doesn't work for me personally. It's more fun when you're kind of on both sides of it. But, to each their own. I'm sure lots of people, I mean, I still play Overwatch, I enjoy it. It's just not, it doesn't scratch that particular itch that I'm talking about. So, oh well, that's life. One day, I'll get that feeling back. I just hope it isn't with my kids' friends. That'd suck. Okay, 4 out of 12, so I can totally have way more. This is fine. Do I? Oh, dude, this is gonna be good. I know where I'm gonna put the turrets now. I didn't even consider this. This is way better than putting them at the back. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if that was as many as I need to place, but I'm gonna go with that for now. Let's deal with this. This has to be a camp, right? Yeah, it's like 3 fucking camps. Are you kidding me? Stop spawning, dicks. You want to follow orders? There you go. Follow them. No. Come on. No. There you go. Nice work. Alright, kick their ass. Yeah, these guys aren't going to last long. Oh, there's some archers over here. That'll be annoying. Other than that, though, they're going to get wrecked. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other... I mean, it's usually the games you see on stream, right? Like a board game night kind of thing, and I know those are getting really popular now. There's some really good board games out there, and I'd love to play those, but that's more of an in-person thing. It's a little harder to do. But that would be fantastic to do. And granted, you know, I probably have a chance to do a little bit of that. There's a lot of people around the Bay Area, particularly in this, maybe not this industry, but sort of in a similar industry to a degree. You're unhappy. Why are you unhappy? Everyone is super fucking unhappy. It's because we've had a lot of deaths, right? Yeah, 3 deaths. Eh, whatever. You'll get over it. Alright, I kind of want to loot this stuff, but at the same time I recognize that they're just going to respawn super fast. So, they'll deal with it in time. Okay, I can place one more turret. Let's place it back this way. Okay, they're actually only 1 cell between them, so if this one's here, that one goes there. Perfect. Okay. Alright, let's keep placing the... you know what? Actually, it's time to end the episode. That went quite quickly. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. If you guys enjoy this type of content, I know this is only the first video, so it's going to get better with time, and honestly, this was a good one, I feel, because I had some personal experience with it, and I could talk about it without even doing any research or looking into it. It's something I played a lot and enjoyed, but there are probably not 365 things where that's going to apply without kind of going over the same stuff, so I'm going to try and keep it rolling in different subjects, keep talking about different things, and try to keep it as varied as possible. Possibly even including some non-gaming stuff in there, as long as it, it makes sense for a gaming population. Okay, I fucked up one of these walls. I'll have to deal with that. Let me just make sure that I notice it the next time I come in. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you think about it. I'm definitely interested in people's input, but this is probably... it's at least going to get tried out for like a week or two to figure out how this works and what kind of longevity it has. I'm still kind of compiling a lot of different things to talk about, because it's a fairly difficult thing to do. Basically involves scraping Wikipedia a lot, looking for information and making notes, and I've already got about 2,000 items that I can discuss. But a lot of that is bullshit. It's not actually stuff that you can discuss. It's like releases for games that literally no one ever played. But, whatever, the developer put it on the Wikipedia release list because they want to advertise their game, basically. But, well, I'm sure something is in there. So I'll keep looking and make sure that I try to get some interesting stuff in there for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. Anyway, like I was saying, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us for the next one as well. Take care.